Imagine that you get a phone call from your friend and they're complaining about, hey, you know what? My business card was drawn out of a fishbowl at the convention I was at, and I won an all expense paid trip to Paris, France. But I suffered a paper cut when I opened the envelope revealing that prize. And it really hurt. Man, you know those paper cuts can sting. What would your response be? You must be joking, right? You'd like to say, what are you upset about? You won a trip to France. A little paper cut cannot compare to an all-expense paid trip to Paris, France. Now, in Romans chapter 8, 16 through 18, here's what Paul writes to the church at Rome, and he's writing it to you as well. The Spirit himself bears witness with our spirit that we are children of God. And if children, then heirs, as in inheriting, heirs of God and joint heirs with Christ, if indeed we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together. For I consider the sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing with the glory that is to be revealed to us. So your friend with the paper cut and the free trip to Paris, France, is exactly what God is saying to us all through Paul in Romans. Now, many Christians struggle. They struggle with trials, and they have problems that are far worse than a simple paper cut. However, our future trip is not to Paris, but to heaven. And the glory of seeing Jesus face to face and the spectacular awesomeness that is heaven certainly should not be compared to any trial or struggle that we suffer through in this life. Paul himself, who wrote these words in Romans, he himself had been shipwrecked, flogged, bound in stocks, beaten with rods, chained, stoned, and treated like a criminal. He knew many sufferings and had many problems in his life, and that likely far exceed anything that you or I will ever go through. Yet he says that his sufferings weren't worth comparing to the coming glory of the next life, the life in heaven. So whatever pains you are currently going through, the negative events of your past, or whatever incredible pains and adversity that might be facing you in the future, you can, and we all can, still live within what Paul wrote in Romans 8:18. The sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing with the glory that is to be revealed to us. In other words, how can you possibly focus on anything negative, even positive, in this life when heaven is our ultimate destination? What are you focused on right now in your life? If you're younger, maybe you have goals and things you still want to accomplish. Maybe you're a great athlete and you're practicing a sport that you want to be really good at, maybe the best on your team, the best in your league, the best in the city, the best in the state, and beyond. Maybe you're one of those academic people who's really smart and intelligent. God has blessed you with a fine and sound mind. And your academic accomplishments in high school, at the university level, are really exciting to go through and experience. Or maybe it's negative. Maybe you're going through your next chemo or radiation treatment. Maybe you're going through your next painful physical therapy, or maybe your next dialysis procedure, or you're recovering from the COVID or the flu. Maybe you have pains and arthritis and other issues that are healthy within your health in your life. And the bottom line is that none of the good and none of the bad, anything in this life, can compare to the spectacular place that is heaven, our eventual reward, our eventual journey. That is where we are headed if you are a child of Jesus Christ. Let me finish with this. For a light affliction, which is but for a moment, is working for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. But we do not look at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporary, but the things which are not seen are eternal. The things that we experience here, your struggles that you're going through in your life right now, whether it be physical struggles, relationship struggles, whatever struggles you're going through, those are the things that you can feel, that you can see. You know about those things right now. But the things that we are to be focused on are the eternal, the things that we cannot see. We cannot see heaven. We get a brief glimpse of heaven in God's Word, but it's going to be far beyond anything that you can possibly imagine here. The bottom line is that heaven is going to be spectacular. Can't you wait to see Jesus face to face? So as you go through this life, focus on Christ. Focus on your walk with Christ. And also focused on what is to come and not what is right now as much. God bless you. Have a great week.